Hello all the crazy people out there, my name is Dragonite, welcome back to Golden Sun Dark Dawn. Last time, we walked into, what was this called? I can't remember what this place is called, the Passaj mountain climb. And it looks like we have a dungeon in front of us. There appears to be, forgot about that. There appears to be something to do with blocks that you can push and make float up into the air. So I suppose we'll be seeing something along the lines of puzzles related to that. That ought to be a lot of fun. Let's see. I see... That looks like another one of those elevator thingies. I think we saw one of those outside. If we go a little bit farther into the cave... Wind advisor. Dangerous path ahead. Very high chance of horrible gusts. Passage safety board. It's nice that someone's looking out for us. Doing some safety checks on these dungeons in these video games now. Let's see. So I've played enough Golden Sun games to recognize these. Yeah, we can push that block in front of that gusty thing, and that will allow us to walk in front of it. That was things of that nature were quite the. I think I can push this one too. Yeah. Oh, actually, I meant to hit push and not wind, but I guess that works. Let's see. Can I get out of here? All right. If I do push instead, hang on. That didn't do anything. I'm not stuck here, am I? All right, I can get out of there. In that case, where do I have to go? It looks like I should have to do something with this thing. Except it didn't respond to that. Unless I was just not close enough. Nope, not responding to that. It responded to wind, so if we cast wind on this again... oh, that's a gap in the rocks, isn't it? Isn't it? No, it's not a gap in the rocks. Wait. Hang on, I'm gonna let it fall. And can I push it from here? I can. Alright, I can push it. And I don't know if that's gonna be important downstairs or something, or if I just have to get that out of the way. Alright. Took me a minute to figure that one out. There's an earth genie down there. Oh, there's some guys. Alright, don't really see people in these dungeons very often. Welcome to our Zol mine. We gather all the floating Zol stones that we can find. What on earth is that? Is that, the unique mineral, also called floating stone, floats in the air when touched by wind. Yes, I figured that out. Then send them higher on the updrafts in here. Zol floats on wind, you know? Yes. I did realize that. The ancients used their synergy to blow these Zol stones around. How I wish I could do that. Alright, so you're just gonna, like, mold it in your hands and toss it into the breeze, and that's what these glowing orbs are, I suppose. Interesting. What a pain. We can't get back into town since the winds are so strong right now. I guess we'll have to wait. Okay. This is, that's too far to run against the wind to get to that genie over there, isn't it? So I'm gonna have to actually, let's bounce this up into the air. I'm gonna have to find another way around there. So this looks like another, like, version of those helicopter stones, those helicopter flowers, except they don't fall when you step on them. They're on a timer instead. So, alright. I think I'm seeing the theme of this dungeon. So, coming down here, is this going to allow us to, go, like, up to where that Venus genie was? No, I didn't mean to do that. I wanted to use... Can I reset that? I kind of want to levitate it. Alright. Wingardium Leviosa. Alright, it looks like that's actually not accomplishing anything, so I should just, like, push it. Alright, good to know. What's that red thing on the map, by the way? Is that a treasure chest? I assume that's a treasure chest. A little ways away from here. Alright, so this is gonna be a timing puzzle, so let's run, and now we can get to the... like, to the back of these things. That's great. And... yeah, I can do a couple of these things. I can do a couple different things with these stones. Oh, interesting. That wasn't what I meant to do, but I see that that's how I'm gonna get to that treasure chest. I can do a couple of different things with these stones. I can use them as just platforms like this. As pointed out earlier. And, blow mace. Hold that thought. Let's see what this blow mace is all about. Not in your inventory, Karis, you have the blow mace. I can't equip it, but I can give it to me, I can give it to Tyrell, or I can give it to Reef. I think Reef is gonna get the biggest proportional benefit out of that, so he can have it. Alright. Yeah, so these Zol stones are sort of multi-purpose. So you can push them around like I guess ordinary like slidey blocks that you can push around. You can levitate them like those helicopter flower thingies. And they also serve sort of a double duty in that like if you levitate them on your own, you can't go underneath them, but if you find something else to levitate them for you, you can. So that's interesting. However, where do I go from here? There wasn't. Oh, it looks like there is a door here. I just walked right past it. All right. Okay, that's another one of those elevators. This looks like a one-way, at least for the time being. This is the Venus Genie. Oh, you're not happy. Okay, we're gonna fight. You know what I haven't seen in here so far is any random encounters. Who's super effective on these guys? I know that you're not super effective on your own element, and I don't think wind is going to be super effective on Earth. Let's try fire. Fire might be a little more interesting. And then, of course, there's water. Water I'm expecting to be super effective on you. Alright, so if we use flint now... Alright, that was a neutral... No, that was a not very effective hit. Gust was super effective. Sleet... Sleet is a neutral hit. Alright, you used a regular Earth synergy on me, and fire is enough to fell you. That was also a neutral hit. So, one of those elements, and it wasn't the one that I would have thought based on, like, Pokemon logic, but one of those elements was super effective on me. Alright. Bark! Okay, so that's a damage shield. Very nice. Let's move on from there. Not get caught in that gust, and we can move on. By the way, if I hit Y on you, that will... Y puts all Genie on standby? Huh. Oh, X will toggle one at a time. Alright. I was gonna say, it seems like there should be a shortcut to do that for you, but it's, we have 2 more face buttons on the DS than we did in the Game Boy. All right, so I love these trees, these juniper trees. At least they look like big juniper trees. It could be something else. I believe the bristlecone pines in the American Southwest, known for being some of the oldest trees in the world, look something like that too. And they grow in funny shapes and very slowly because they live in let's say, not very hospitable conditions. But let's see, I see a vine down there. Is there something I can do with this vine? Well, I'll have to grow it to get back up. But also, I'm gonna have to go and drop down to... Oh, this is gonna be complicated, isn't it? Alright. Drop down below. And we can bounce over this way. And first and foremost, let's go and use growth, so that we can get back up. And... Is this important? Okay, so I can push that, I can give that a shove. Can I levitate the big block? I can. Alright, am I gonna wanna... I feel like I'm gonna wanna... Still don't have a freeze, do I, on Reef or anyone else? Nope, no freeze. I feel like I'm gonna want to push that in there, or something like that. I feel like I've already messed this up, but I'm gonna have to think about exactly how I'm gonna do this. No, I didn't mean to hit that one. I can't use move on these, right? I can't give him a shove like that. Alright, if we try this again, re-entering the area, I feel like I'm gonna want to freeze that. in order to do more here? Because that's probably not there for no reason, right? And, like, what are these dots on the ground? Can I do anything? I didn't mean to do that. Can I do anything with these dots on the ground? If I look through my synergy list... I don't have any synergy on that list that really immediately make it look like I should be able to do something here. And we established that if I do like this... Oh wait, I might be able to go... Okay. Maybe I can push these around to make something interesting happen. If I go run around this way, can I, like, push this, like... I don't think that really accomplished much. Alright, I definitely think I'm gonna have to freeze that puddle of water. Alright, let me write that down in my notebook. What is this? Passage Mountain 4F or something? Right, so I've written down that to revisit later. And, we'll be on our way. Also, let's bring the map back. Don't know when I must have accidentally hit the Y button, but I like the map back. If we climb up this way, we can just keep going higher and higher in the air. That's another Mars Genie. I've seen a lot of Venus and Mars Genie. I have not seen a lot of these blue guys, the Mercury Genie, and only obviously one or two of the what are those? The other ones, Jupiter. And I'm not sure if I'm just missing some or if they're just not like distributed evenly at the beginning of the game. Anyway, there's plot taking over. We've climbed all the way up to the mountain town of Passaj. I can't wait to see it again. Now follow me to the very spot that Kraden believed was the only way to cross the peaks. Nice view up here. We're almost to the passage that Kraden believed would lead to the Kirin Mountains. It's above the town. Let me take you there directly. We can come back and explore Passage later. Do we have to? I want to explore Passage now. Did Reef leave our party? Reef left our party. Okay, fine. This looks important. What's going on here? That's a mountain in the distance, alright. So this is the way across the Kirin Mountains. What? But we're so high in the clouds that there's nowhere else to go. Nonetheless, this is the spot that Kraden believed was the key to crossing over. That's impossible. We're at the very top of the mountain. How can we go anywhere from here except back down? If only we had a soar wing with us. Yeah, like the one that Tyrell broke. I meant to hit the vocabulary word, but I apparently missed, and it continued. So here's the crux of the matter. See that mountain across the sky? That's Craggy Peak. Kraden says the ancient ancestors of us Adepts lived there. The mountain was once home of the Neox. Their ancient but highly advanced civilization created many remarkable devices. They were known as the Genii. Genii? Genii sounds cooler. Our ancestors lived there and many other places across Weird. You are basically Atlantis, as I'm understanding this. Yeah, this was mentioned at the opening text title crawls at the beginning of pretty much all the Golden Sun games. Though I don't believe we really had much direct contact with them, aside from possibly Lemuria in the last game, and where it is Discworld. Alright, the Genii lived on that peak where they were known as the Neox, and they looked over that part of the world. So the Neox is that just like the, Okay, so that's the name of the people who lived I don't know if it was really necessary to give them two different names that I'm gonna have to remember, but alright. The Neox worked with the Ixalthi, okay, to create the alchemy machines, but when alchemy vanished from the world, so did the Neox. Mysterious. Who doesn't love a good lost civilization? Did Kraden think that the Neox use their powers to travel between here and there? Exactly, he thinks they could create some sort of sky passage between the peaks. The Neox Genii worked with the ancient people of Passage to create a machine that could manipulate the clouds. Kraden said that such machines were based on alchemy principles. The one in Passage is called the Alchemy Forge. It's exactly what it sounds like. Well, show us the way to the machine, then. It's not so simple. Kraden couldn't figure out how to get Passaj's alchemy forge running. But Kraden is a genius. How could we succeed when he couldn't? We have to figure it out, but there's no way to reach Belinsk and catch up with Kraden. Not to mention getting to Morgul to find that feather. If only we hadn't run into those fiends in that cave. Hey, Blados said had a direct hand in forcing us into the southern part of Angara. But why is that masked man tagging along with them? You know, the guy who wanted to know if we had the glyph book? The glyph book is also exactly what it sounds like. I mean, I know that we picked it up a little while ago, but I just one, wanted to get rid of the red outline because I'm committed to that now, and two, I was curious if there was going to be any like additional background story on it or anything. Anyway, from what I could gather, it seemed that Kraden suspected his true identity. I got the feeling that they knew each other pretty well. I'm definitely feeling like the game is supposed to be leading me to believe that it's Alex, or at least someone connected to Alex, like one of the other goons he was hanging out with in the last game, but I'm only like 65% on that right now. Do you think so? Perhaps that explains why Kraden was so willing to part ways. Well, I can't imagine they'd be friends, but old allies, perhaps? I trust Kraden, but I can't see trusting anything about that masked man or Blados. I don't see how this helped us get across the sky. Now, if only we did have a Soar Wing. Yeah, if only you didn't, if only someone... not saying it was you, Tyrell, but I'm just saying if only you didn't, like, destroy the last one. Yeah, alright. Karis is gonna have something to say about that, I'm sure. Yeah. So all we have is this ancient legend about a machine that could make a cloud passage. I wish I had pried more details from Kraden when we were here last. No use writing about it now. I guess we'll just have to investigate this ourselves. That's the only way we'll get to that peak. So we have nothing but a dusty Jedi legend to go on. That's all, just the Jedi and a fabled cloud passage to Craggy Peak. Again, we are starting to get into the long-winded section of this cutscene. This is starting to get into the, you know, the part of the conversation where we've been through this for like the second or third time. Yeah, Reef. There was one more reason Kraden gave up on getting to that peak. He said we didn't have wide enough variety of synergy to start the Alchemy Forge. Variety? What kind of synergy did you think you needed? I don't know. Well, who else came here with you and Kraden? Just my sister and Noelle, and we're both water adepts. Alright, so she's another nerd is what I'm getting out of that. Then maybe we have a chance, because we cover all types of elemental synergy here. I don't know why that one was hard. You might be right. Then let's find that Alchemy Forge, Reef. I'm sure that we'll create that cloud passage to Craggy Peak in no time. So if I recall, there were 8 characters in this game, 8 playable characters, not unlike The Lost Age. And we're gonna have basically one more of each of the elemental types. So I guess when the Avengers are all assembled, we'll come back here and, I don't know, cross the sky with the power of friendship or something like that. I didn't notice it before. Things feel a little different from last time I was here. This place is brimming with synergy power now. Can you feel it? I'm certain it wasn't like this before. Changes in the wind. The key to all of this is in Passage. Heh, changes in the wind. Passage, the windy type dungeon. Let's head back into town then. I'm sure we'll uncover some secret there. Alright, so that was, I guess, fairly informative. This feels like a pretty important story moment, telling us what our long-term goal is going to be. Why is there a sign in front of the store? Meeting in session, entry prohibited. Alright, that sucks. What do you all have to say? We often speak of the ancient times here, young ones. The people of Passage owe much to our ancestors, the Exalthi, who were master craftsmen. Interesting. I remember in previous Golden Sun games there were a couple of NPCs who I don't think had any alchemy powers themselves, but were capable of like making stuff. Like who is it? Obaba of the Fireforge and Champa, and that one blacksmith guy. There was a third group of ancients we have heard of, known as the Fori. I'm surprised the Lemurians haven't come into the story at any point so far yet. The word itself seems to be an ancient insult that meant simple people. That's nice. I wonder where they are. Let's see. So, what's this over here, I suppose? This fairly important looking building. Is there going to be plot happening in here? There's plot. I see one of those windy stones over there. I've already forgotten what they were called. It starts with a Z. Zol or something? This is the machine. What's all this? So this is the ancient machine. Indeed it is. Like, come on. Speaking of being verbose, like, we could have just cut those two sentences entirely and lost nothing. And the game would have just been, the game script would have been just that much more concise. Anyway, tell us everything. Don't keep us waiting. This is the Alchemy Forge. This doesn't seem like any kind of forge I've ever seen. Forges are normally used to make weapons, and this one creates a cloud passage? Yeah, that definitely checks out. But the Alchemy Forge isn't doing much of anything at the moment. Perhaps it's broken. Definitely trying to draw my attention towards something or another here. Hey Tyrell, throw a fireball at the spot marked with a flame. Why is fireball a vocabulary word? Again, I meant to hit it, and I just missed with the stylus, and I advanced the cutscene instead. I can't stand it when Karis bosses me around. Just fire it up. Well, something happened. Alright, so it's going to be another circuitry puzzle. So that's the secret. It's not broken, just disconnected. So you think we can get it running again? I don't know, it's awfully big. Maybe you're onto something, Karis. So what do you think, Michael? Can we get the Alchemy Forge started? Probably not. It sounds hard. Don't doubt yourself, this place is full of parts that we can manipulate. Alright then. So where do we start, Hotshot? Yeah, Tyrell calling other people a hotshot. That, I'm sure that wasn't done by accident. Are those blocks a secret to reconnecting the forge, Karis? She gets like this, just watch. I am watching, but I don't understand what she's doing. The lines of power are broken. First, let's reconnect them throughout the chamber. Then we should fire up the Alchemy Forge once again. Then we should fire up the Forge again to see if the Alchemy Forge powers up. Yeah. What she said. We'll have this Alchemy Forge up and running again in no time. So let's reconnect all the power lines and then throw another fireball, okay? Alright, let's not miss with the hitbox on the vocabulary word this time. Yeah, alright. Just had to get that out of my system. Let's see. So if this is going to be a circuitry puzzle, can I rotate this? I feel like I should be able to rotate that. So what happens if I whirlwind these? Alright, nothing apparently. Oh, that one levitated though. Let's see. Can I actually? What is this? So I can definitely, like... I can definitely push them. How do I rotate them?